In today's video, I want to share with you the easiest way yet to make vegetable fufu, and I will try to convince you why you really should consider adding these vegetable fufus to your diet. And if you're a science geek, there's something that I learned today that I'm so excited to share with you. NFR2 proteins and the importance of that. So basically, we'll talk about a little bit of science today, and we'll also take the science to the kitchen, the science to the plate. Hello everybody, welcome back to the YAJE Media YouTube channel. On this channel, I share tips and tools to help you shape a healthier and fitter version of yourself. If you've been following me for a while now, you probably know that I've gotten into vegetable fufus a lot, and I'm actually starting a small business to package and make these vegetable fufus more convenient for people who don't want to start right from the raw vegetables up to the fufus. I'm now packaging these flours and selling. And don't get me wrong, I'm not doing this because I'm trying to make any dime off of people. That is not my goal. If you know me, you know that I don't like to sell, and I'm only doing this as a public service. Really, I'm only doing this as a public service. Right now, these fufus are only available in Cameroon, in Douala specifically. We have cabbage fufu, garden egg, cauliflower fufu, eggplant. I think those are the ones that we have right now. And these are locally made, and they have psyllium husk already mixed in. So all you do is take the fufu and cook it like you would cook semolina or nkumkum or something like that. So same way, boil a little bit of water, add the fufu, say 1 cup of water, add half cup of the fufu, and then you mix and you mix, and then you can add more water based on whatever texture you're looking for. So these fufus are going to taste like the vegetables that it is made out of. It is not going to taste like gari. It is not going to taste like water fufu. It's certainly not going to taste like bakwa. It's just a way to carry the soup, the swallow, right? It's just swallow. It's a vessel to get that swallow to your stomach. And it's not just a vessel. If that was the only reason, I would not get into this. The reason why I'm so much into this vegetable fufu is because I look at it as another way of introducing vegetables. There's 2 types of eating. There is homeostatic eating, and then there's hedonic eating. Homeostatic eating is when we eat because we understand the importance of food, so we eat to fuel us, and we also eat to stay healthy. That is homeostatic eating. And most people that eat that way normally do not struggle with their, they don't struggle with weight, and they're also relatively healthy. When you eat because you understand that food is medicine, that food has the ability to not only prevent disease, but to promote health. That is homeostatic eating. The other kind of eating is hedonic eating, when we just eat because it tastes good. Like we eat because food is rewarding, and not because we're eating to promote health. So take for example junk food, quote unquote. It tastes good, and so we eat, right? So that kind of eating, I think you and I both know that it is not really good for you. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't eat something that tastes good, right? But I'm saying that shouldn't be the only reason why you eat. Sometimes it's important that we eat because we understand what that food is doing to us. And that's why I also have this channel to explain to you. Maybe if I explain exactly how the thing that you're eating, how that directly impacts how you feel, and that how it impacts your health both now and in the future, and might convince you to eat better. When I talk about fat loss friendly food, I'm not only talking about things that are good for your waistline, I'm also talking about things that are good for your health. So, a fat loss friendly food, the way I defined it, is food that is high in nutrients but low in calories. So that's what I define to be a fat loss friendly food. High in nutrients, low in calories, otherwise known as it's a nutrient dense food. So this will be the kinds of food that support the homeostatic eating I just talked about. Now, I'm not saying you should eat things that taste like country medicine all the time. There are ways that you can make the things that, love you back, because fat loss friendly foods love you right back. You can add seasonings, enhance the flavors with natural seasonings, which is why I have so much spices. You can do that to make it palatable. So while we wait to figure out a way to import all of these fufus here so that I can make them available to you, I continue to look for ways to serve you. So I've been playing around with different methods of making this fufu fast, convenient, and I think I just came up with a method that I think all of you should try. If you're not willing to try this method, then I give up. Just wait for me to bring the vegetable fufu flour. That will be the next best thing. But this is using frozen vegetables. You just go and pick one from the freezer aisle in your supermarket, right? These frozen vegetables that come in steamable bags that you can throw in the microwave and cook it right there. Because some people complain that, this process of using a blender and then getting a cheesecloth and squeezing out, I understand it's labor intensive, plus in the process of straining you might be losing some of the nutrients. So this method that I'm going to share with you today keeps all the nutrients inside. It's super quick. Put stuff in the microwave, let it cook. If you have a food processor or a blender, take it, put it in there, add a little bit of hot water, add your psyllium husk, and you're done. As easy as that. So let's go and make some Brussels sprout fufu. But before we do, if you're a science geek, let me share one more reason why you may want to make this fufu. It has to do with NFR2. I think that's what it is. NFR2 proteins and the importance of that. The NRF2 protein is normally bound to the cell membrane until it is activated by stress, caloric restriction, or by certain plants, including garlic. These are members of the allium family, things like garlic, onion, leeks. Members of the cruciferous vegetable family, which is like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, spices like turmeric, and other superfoods. When these NRF2 activators are freed from the cell membrane, they enter the nucleus of the cell and get to work, switching on the production of antioxidants, detoxifiers, and anti-inflammatory agents. Researchers have found that these NRF2 proteins might be the master regulator of the aging process. Hello. So now you know. Again, the things that activate the NRF2 proteins are vegetables from the cruciferous family, the Holy Grail, and things from the allium family, which are like your garlic, onion, leeks, turmeric. So now when I tell you to eat your Brussels sprout fufu or to drink turmeric, add turmeric to everything, turmeric tea, and add it to your scrambles, you understand exactly what it does to you. It is It goes inside your body. It causes the activation of the NRF2 proteins, which, as the scientists are saying, might be like the master regulator of the aging process. So it's not just about eating for weight loss, it's also about eating in a way that promotes health so that you live a disease-free life right into your old age. That's what I want for you, and I hope that that's what you want for yourself. So let's go ahead and cook our Brussels sprouts fufu. These are the ingredients for the Brussels sprouts fufu that I will be showing you how to make today. So I'm using Brussels sprouts, and I'm using frozen Brussels sprouts. This is absolutely great value. So this is the Walmart brand, but you can buy any brand. So this is frozen Brussels sprouts, and this is the psyllium husk powder that I use. I got this from Amazon, and I also use salt in my fufu to add a little bit of flavor. So the thing with all these veggie fufus is you can flavor it however you want. So what I will do is go ahead and cook the Brussels sprouts according to the package directions. So here it says you can cook it for up to 8 minutes. And since I'm making fufu out of this, I want it to really be soft. So I will go ahead and put this in the microwave now and cook it for 8 minutes. All right, so the Brussels sprouts, it's been 8 minutes, so I get it out, and you have to be very careful because this is hot. I'm going to use my food processor to make the fufu. This is like the easiest way yet. So what I'll do right now is carefully transfer the steamed Brussels sprouts into my food processor. Here's the fufu. That's the Brussels sprouts fufu is all ready. As you can see, the psyllium husk has done its job. That's your fufu right there. One of the healthiest fufus I know. So what I'll do right now is just wrap this up so that it can really form that fufu texture, because psyllium husk, as it gets colder, you have to let it do its binding job. So I'll let it cool for a little bit before I enjoy with my okra soup. So this is our Brussels sprout fufu. Again, Brussels sprouts are just like, they're from the cruciferous vegetable family. And I know the people in Cameroon might not know what this is. I'll show you the picture. They are small they're like baby cabbages, let me put it that way. They look like cabbages that did not make it. So it tastes like a concentrated form of cabbage. And it is really concentrated because whatever nutrition that cabbage has, Brussels sprouts has 10 times the nutrition, the nutrients of cabbage. So they are very, very, very nutritious and good for you. Now, the fufu, as you can see, you know, there it is. That's the fufu. It has a slightly sweet taste. I like it. It may take some getting used to some people, but again, remember that we're eating not just because food tastes good, we're also eating because we understand the importance of food in preventing disease, in preventing a whole lot of suffering as we get older. So food is not just for the taste. We don't just live to eat, we eat to live.